Hi, Arcfieldweather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Tuesday morning, February the 27th. Really two big weather stories across the nation over the next several days. First of all, we have a very strong cold frontal system that is sweeping from west to east across the northern U.S. It has had some record warmth ahead of it and sharply colder temperatures behind it. For example, yesterday, Des Moines, Iowa, reached a high temperature of 78 degrees. That actually tied their monthly high temperature record for February. Now, by tonight, they will have wind chill values below zero. So to go from actual temperatures in the upper 70s yesterday afternoon to below zero wind chill values tonight, that's quite a dramatic frontal passage, and it will indeed cross the Midwest and the Ohio Valley, and then the Mid-Atlantic region, Northeast U.S., over the next 48 hours or so. Another big story is an upcoming storm system, probably the Friday, Saturday time frame for California, and much of the western U.S. will be impacted. And we're starting off here today by focusing in on that California storm, and then we'll shift to the cold frontal situation that, again, is sweeping from west to east across the northern U.S. This is the 5-day forecast map for total snowfall. This is between this morning, Tuesday morning, and Sunday morning. And one area to point out right here, the Sierra Nevada mountains, will just get absolutely pummeled by snow in this upcoming storm system. Again, Friday, Saturday time frame. There is a possibility of up to 8, 9, 10 feet of snow in those higher elevation locations of the Sierra Nevada. Again, Friday, Saturday, Sunday time frame. Just a tremendous amount of snow is possible with this storm system. And one of the reasons, and we'll show these maps in a moment, it becomes very cold relative to normal out in California and throughout the western U.S. And a cold storm like this means that the snow elevation levels lower. And the lower the elevation required for snow, the higher the snow amounts. And again, the Sierra Nevada mountains will just get absolutely pummeled. Again, as much as 8, 9, 10 feet of snow during the storm system by the latter part of the weekend. You notice also much of the Rocky Mountain states, all those higher elevation locations, will get impressive snowfall amounts here. For example, the Colorado mountains up near a foot of snow, again with this storm system over the latter part of the week into the weekend. So if you're a skier out in the western U.S., you're very happy with this particular system. By the way, I emphasize the snowpack in the Sierra Nevada because it acts as a real important source of water during the summer months, the summer season. For much of California, the snow melt contributes to the water throughout much of California, so it's very important to build up that snowpack. And of course, we had pretty much record-breaking snow last winter season, and certainly a very healthy winter season here as well, from 23 into 24. Not done yet. We have, again, many, many feet of snow coming by the latter part of the weekend. Now, you also see some snow out in this part of the nation over the next 5 days. Much of this is on the backside of that cold frontal system. Not a lot, but temperatures drop so quickly that in many cases rain changes to snow before ending and may get an inch or two, and even into the Mid-Atlantic region later on tomorrow evening, there is that possibility that the rain showers will change to snow showers before ending as that the temperatures crash right behind that frontal system. We'll probably see highs tomorrow in the well up in the 60s, maybe 70 degrees around D.C., maybe the 60s in Philadelphia, and they will drop sharply, probably into the upper 20s by the time we get to Thursday morning in places like southeastern Pennsylvania. Now, more again, focusing in on that California storm system. Very interesting pattern here at the 250 millibar level. It's important to look at upper level jet streaks. These are areas of enhanced winds in the overall jet stream, and they certainly play a role in the upward motion that develops along the surface level. And something very important to watch. So what we're looking at here, these purple areas represent these jet streaks in the upper part of the atmosphere. This is for this morning, Tuesday morning. Just want to roll on through here the week into the end of the week and the early part of the week. And here we go now into Friday morning. And what's interesting here is you have a dual jet streak pattern here. This is part of the reason why this is going to end up being a very, very strong storm system. We'll go out a little farther in time. And here we go by late Friday night, Saturday morning. We have kind of, again, a two-tier jet streak here. One across the southern part and one in the northern part, and they kind of meet here over California. Again, this is late Friday, Saturday time frame. The combination of these two jet streaks will really lead to strong upward motion, and that is part of the reason why this will be a very, very powerful storm system with a lot of rain in the low-lying areas and a lot of snow, and especially in this particular storm system, it will become a cold storm, so that will increase the snow amounts and lower the levels required for snow, again, late Friday into Saturday. And let's take a look here at the temperature pattern. This is as we begin the day here, focusing on the western U.S., Tuesday morning here. But watch what happens as we get to that storm time period, Friday into Saturday. We have a cold, cold air mass coming. This is Friday morning, March 1st, and it is a well below normal air mass here sliding into California and much of the western third of the nation here by Saturday. And this, again, will cause snow to form typically some elevations that don't usually see the snow, but it's for sure over the Sierra Nevadas here in the eastern part of California. We'll go out a little farther in time, and indeed, big story by the time we get to Sunday will be how cold it will be across the western third of the nation, all the way into the Rocky Mountain states. And again, a lot of snowfall throughout the Rocky Mountain states with this upcoming storm system. Friday, Saturday into the Sunday time frame, very cold as well relative to normal for the first part of March. Well, let's wrap up on the western storm with the surface forecast maps. This is using the 0Z GFS model run. Some snow this morning here as we begin the day on Tuesday, and then we'll just quickly move to the end of the week, and here it comes. Here comes that storm system. This is late Thursday night, now going into Friday morning. All the dark blue here represents significant snowfall over those higher elevation locations, and there will be rain, plenty of rain along those low-lying coastal sections, not only in California but up across Washington and in Oregon as well. And you're seeing here the blue, the snow in a lot of those Rocky Mountain states. And look at this by late Friday night, early Saturday morning. This is just dumping snow at this particular time. And again, you could end up with 9-10 feet of snow in some spots here by the time we get to a Sunday. And here we go by Sunday morning. This is, remember, a very cold air mass here, a lot of snow all the way from the Colorado Rockies all the way still into California at this particular time and north up to the Canadian border here. So a very cold air mass and a lot of snow for the skiers out across the western U.S. Well, now let's shift to the cold front. This is a very, very impressive cold front. It is causing some very strong winds out across the middle of the nation, now going into the Ohio Valley. This is the forecast map by the NOAA's Storm Prediction Center for later today, tonight, into early tomorrow, with the chance of some severe weather associated with that powerful surface cold front. Centered today over the Midwest, the Ohio Valley, even into the western part of the Mid-Atlantic region. We go out tomorrow, and that shifts a little bit to the east here. We have the chance for some strong thunderstorms, maybe even severe thunderstorms on Wednesday into Wednesday evening, primarily west of I-95. But again, this is a powerful cold frontal system. Let's now take a look at the surface maps here, and we'll get this squared away here. This is as we begin the day here on Tuesday, and just notice some snow out here across the Dakotas and rain out over the Ohio Valley. We have this fetch of air well out ahead of that frontal system that is from the southwest to the northeast. You'll see the 60s today in D.C., probably 60 degrees for a high in Philadelphia, out ahead of that frontal system on the front side of that front. Now let's move forward here. Showers can break out really in the mid-Atlantic region later in the day and continue tonight. And here we go. Look at this forecast map for tomorrow morning. We have the frontal system right about in this region right here. In fact, let's just draw that on the map here. Probably this time tomorrow morning, that front is right here over the Ohio Valley. You have this just cold air pouring in from the north to northwest, and still have very warm conditions out ahead of the front on Wednesday morning. Highs tomorrow afternoon, perhaps 70 degrees in the Washington, D.C. area. Now, with this clash of air masses here, there certainly can be a severe thunderstorm or two all the way really to the mid-Atlantic region. And here we go. By tomorrow evening, this is Wednesday evening now, by this particular time, that front is just now clearing the eastern seaboard. Some areas will see rain changing to snow. Won't be much, won't be for a long time, just a brief time, but they certainly can see temperatures drop quickly enough for some of the rain to change to snow showers before the precipitation ends. This is the forecast map for tomorrow evening about 7 o'clock, and we'll go ahead a little bit farther in time out into Thursday morning. And Thursday, a much colder day compared to today or tomorrow in the mid-Atlantic region and the northeast U.S. Now, this cold shot that arrives tomorrow night in the northeastern quadrant of the nation will be short-lived. And by the time we get to the latter part of the upcoming weekend and the early part of next week, we'll be back in a nice warm spell again in this part of the nation. Same thing out across the northern plains, the Midwest. The cold shot that arrives behind this cold front will be short-lived, and they'll warm up out in the middle part of the nation by the time we get to Friday and Saturday. So a dramatic drop in temperatures, but that cold shot will, again, be short-lived. So watch out in California and the rest of the western U.S. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's it for now. For ArcfieldWeather.com, this has been meteorologist Paul Dorian.